Hey, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down a really powerful framework for meditation and self-awareness called the POISE method. Seriously, if you've ever wanted a practical, step-by-step guide to kind of navigate the whole inner world of your mind, you are in the right place.
All right, so let's just start with something I think we all know. That default setting our minds just seem to slip into when we're not really paying close attention.
You know what I'm talking about, right? That constant, nonstop stream of thoughts and worries and plans and memories, all of them just scrambling for your attention at once. It's a completely universal human experience.
The source material for this uses just a brilliant metaphor. Your mind is like a highway with endless bumper-to-bumper traffic. The cars, well, those are your thoughts and emotions. They're constantly moving. Sometimes they're speeding, sometimes they cause a total jam, but they are always there.
So yeah, that's pretty much our default setting. Our minds are just naturally prone to distraction, to wandering off, sometimes even to this kind of mental dullness or sleepiness. And so often we find ourselves just unconsciously reacting to stuff, driven by these unseen forces and patterns we're not even aware of.
So, what are these unseen forces anyway? Well, to get a handle on that, we need to unpack two really crucial concepts from Eastern philosophy that explain what's shaping our entire experience of life. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. You've got these two forces at play. On one side, there's something called prarabdha. The best way to think about this is like your destiny or the external circumstances you're born into. It's like an arrow that has already been shot from a bow. Its path is fixed, it's unchangeable. But then on the other side, you have sanskaras. And these are your internal mental habits, your patterns, your reactions. And here's the key. These are changeable. And this is the big takeaway. The whole point, really. While your external situation, your prarabdha, might be set in stone, your true power, your freedom lies in how you choose to respond to it. The freedom isn't in changing the situation itself, but in changing your internal reaction to it. Which, of course, brings us to the big question. How do we actually do that? How do we make those conscious choices? Well, this is where we need a tool, a framework, and that tool is the POISE method. It's designed specifically to help us shift from that default reaction to a mindful, conscious response. Just think of POISE as your inner compass. It's this systematic 5-step approach that basically guides you through the process of conscious thinking, helping you understand and navigate all that traffic on your mental highway.
So POISE is just an acronym, super simple to remember. POISE. That's presence, observer, investigate, space, and embody. So let's break down what each of these steps actually looks like in practice. Okay, first up is P for presence. And this is all about just paying attention. It's the practice of simply noticing the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations that are passing through your mind, but, and this is a big but, without judging them. You're not labeling them good or bad, you're just watching the traffic go by.
Now, to really get the next step, I want you to try another really powerful metaphor with me. Just imagine for a second that all your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, imagine they're like birds, just flying across the sky. And here is the big shift, the aha moment. You are not the birds. You are the sky. You're the vast, open, unchanging awareness in which those birds appear. And that is the core of the observer's step. It's recognizing that you are the awareness, totally separate from the thoughts that pass through it. And that idea, it leads us perfectly into the I for investigate. See, the goal here isn't to create an empty sky with no birds. That's impossible, right? The real goal is conscious thinking. It's witnessing the flow of thoughts without getting swept away by them. You might see a thought of anxiety fly by, but you know that you are the sky, not that anxious bird. Okay, so let's move on to the S for space, because this is where all of these pieces start to click together in a really profound way. So, when you really start to feel that you're the sky, and not just one of the many birds flying through it, what happens is this space just naturally appears. A little gap, a separation opens up between you, the observer, and all your mental activity. You really start to see that there's a difference between who you are and the contents of your mind. And here is the absolute game changer. That space, it isn't empty. It's not blank. The source material tells us that this space is inherently, naturally peaceful. It's the quiet calm of the sky that is always there no matter how many birds are flying through it, no matter how stormy it gets. All right, so that brings us to the final step, the E in poise. And it's all about what we do with this newfound peace. It's about learning to rest in that space, to really make it your home base. So, embody is exactly what it sounds like. It's about dropping into that state, fully integrating this peace into your very being. It's the culmination of the whole practice, where this intellectual idea becomes something you actually live and feel. And a really simple but powerful tool for this step is the mantra Om Shanti. It's just a gentle reminder and affirmation. By repeating it, you're reinforcing that realization that you are the peace that you've just discovered in that space. You see, what the poise method really shows us is something pretty incredible. Inner peace isn't some far-off destination you have to struggle to reach. It's not something you need to build from nothing. It's a treasure you already have, just waiting to be uncovered from beneath all the noise in your mind. And that's really the final thought I want to leave you with today. What would change for you if you started from the belief that peace is already your default setting, and that all you really need is the right inner compass to find your way back to it? Thanks so much for watching.